We choose all of the relationships we have in our lives. A lot of times people say, well, what about family? Just because someone is family does not mean that it's necessary for me to be in a relationship with them, a close relationship. And I understand that sounds weird. What I really mean is we can still have relationships with our family members, but not be too close to them. Sometimes we need to love people from a distance. If someone's toxic and unhealthy, it doesn't matter if they're in my family. If they're living that way and they're harmful to me, it's irrelevant whether they're family or not. I can still respect them and love them as a family member and take care of them, but love them from a distance because I have to have boundaries. And the only one who's going to protect me is me. And so I have to be aware of that and not put myself, not volunteer for harmful situations, and also not enable their unhealthy behaviors. Because as long as I give in and do that when they're harming me and treating me poorly, I'm saying that's okay. That's what my behavior is saying. And it's not okay for someone to treat me that way. So I need to own that, have respect for myself, and draw those lines, create those boundaries. Another thing is, for me, being in recovery, when I got sober and started to change my life, I also had to take ownership of the relationships, the friendships I had built in my life. Those things had developed over time in an unhealthy environment. So a lot of these people were very selfish. They were living unhealthy lifestyles, and I had to decide, okay, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to continue to be in relationships with these people? So, I had to address that. I had to take ownership of it. And what I did was I went to these people and I let them know how I was living. And if they weren't cool with that, I understood. But I made it very clear that I wasn't going to put myself around people who were living the way I used to live, that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And that was my responsibility. I choose to be in relationships and invest in people who are also willing to invest in me. I put myself around people who are wanting to help others, and it needs to be mutual. We need to be investing in relationships where it's helping each other. And so if there's a person in my life who's not treating me well, the only answer is for me to address it. No one else is going to do it for me. Everyone who's in your life is there by design. If you don't like your design, it's time to change it. But understand, guys, nobody forces us to be in relationships. Nobody's making you stay. The only person who's making you stay is you. So choose freedom, choose love, choose healthy relationships. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.